This will be a little bit of more advanced tutorial, only for people who are willing to help or to get a different kind of report. So right now we have a ASA format only, and this is something I'm going to work with. I'm going to create more reports here in the future. You can help me with that. And the way you can edit your report, and please send me if you do so I can add to the list. You can edit your own reports by coming to reports, and then you have 4 files that are important here. These 2 files are the Excel or XSL file that describe what goes in which line of your report. And this is the index that lists all the reports that are available, and it generates this drop down, this menu here. And the Readme file is a list of the available information to use on your reports. So if I open Readme with Notepad, I have this list here. We're going to go through it in a moment. Then you have the index file. You can edit it. And then here you will see there are 2 templates. It starts here, it finishes here. And each template you have number of lines, file name, and description. So number of lines is how many lines I'm gonna have in my report. So let's duplicate this here. Copy, paste it here, and let's organize a little bit here. So we have another template here. This is gonna be, let's say, 10 lines per report. I use the same file as this, and this file corresponds to one of these. So it has to be, it's case sensitive. So you have EASA A4, EASA A4, EASA letter, so they correspond exactly. So this is going to be using this file here, and then I have here the name, and this name, the description string, is what shows here. So let's call this one EASA 10 lines, for example. So now if I save this file, I close the app and I open it again. We go here back to total, to reports, and you're gonna have EASA 10 lines there. So now let's just reduce these to 2020 until 2021. Not 2021, 21. Just to have quicker. Make PDF. Save to desktop, 10 lines, save. So now the result of this, it's the same format as before, only that we have only 10 lines per page. So we have, of course, more pages, and all the pages have 10 lines. Sorry. So this is how you can duplicate a report, change the number of lines, set up a new file name and description. Now, this file name is one of these 2. You can also edit this one. So you could get this EASA letter, sorry, open up, and then you will have here, this is the standard start. All the files will start like this, and then you have a page configuration. You have the left page, and then you have the right page, and you have the page size, and then the margins. The same thing with the other one. So you see here, the left page I have a big right margin, and the right page I have a bigger left margin, and that will cause the file to be like this. I have a margin here and a margin there, and that's for making a book, and then you have the area that is unusable because of the clips and the way they attach the page together. Then we start with the pages. We have the left page, and the left page will have columns, and these are the sizes of the columns. So when you open the report and you have the columns here, if you want to increase the size of the second column, you probably have to come here and just change this 10 to something different. Of course, you want to keep the total the same, because the total adding up should be the page width minus the margins. So you have to keep in mind, if you increase 2 millimeters here and 2 there, you have to remove 4 millimeters from somewhere else, which you can do. Maybe remove from one of these two, might be the PIC name, or some of the bigger you can reduce a little bit of here and then increase a bit there, so you can fit what you want in there. Then you have the headers. This is just a cell with the margins, color, and thickness of the lines. And then you have here date, day, month, year, and you see the same thing. And here, date, day, month, year. So we are talking about the first column here. So the first one, we have these numbers, and that's what you have here. Number, block 1, and then 2, and then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then the second line, you have the date, departure, arrival, and that corresponds to departure, arrival, aircraft. And then you have a third line of header with place, time, place, and that's in here. And then you have the footer. It goes header, footer. So now you're talking about first line of footer, and you're talking about this line here, total this page. And here you will start to see something different. You see XSL value of select total page cell time string. Okay, that's where this Readme comes into place. In the Readme, you have the pages. Then you have after the pages, you have the totals. Okay, there's every page has, okay, that says the lines, report line, that's what you're gonna put in the middle. And then you have line finishes, and then you have totals. You have total after, total before, and then total of the page. So this, of course, is how many hours you have of dwell time in this page. This is how much total before this page, and total after the page. So these are the 3 lines of report you have: total the page, total the previous, total time. And the way you use it, you get this name / this name. So here you have total in the page, cell time string. SLEL is single engine land time string. So if you go here, total page is this one, and then SEL time string, and then you get this value that would come here will be a time. Now on this example there is nothing there, but will be something formatted like that nighttime here. and then you're going to insert it in the page bottom there. So this is the page footer, 1 line, 2 lines, and the 3rd line there. And then you have the page content. On the page content, you're gonna have the body with the table row and everything, the height, so you can change here if you want to use bigger letters. You can change the font size, the font formats. And then there is a if the aircraft is simulator, so aircraft simulator equals true, then it's going to be all blank. There's nothing here in the middle. It's all blank because the left page of a simulator flight is all blank. Otherwise, it prints the flight. So then you have here departure date string, departure airport /ICAO. So we go back to the Readme file. We have the report line, and we have departure date. Don't worry about this because it will be converted into human readable date. Then you have departure airport ICAO, and you have here aircraft, arrival airports, departure airport, ICAO. So it's gonna get the value of departure airport ICAO and add to this line, and then so on. It's gonna be departure time string, departure arrival port ICAO, and so on. And then it goes to the right page. Same thing, it goes for the headers. That's the column size, the columns, the sizes you're gonna have in the columns, and the header with the numbers 9, 10, 11, 12, the first line, second line, third line, and then fourth line, and then you have the footer with the totals, total page time, and everything is the same. And then you go to the rows. So here you have total time before, night string. Oh, these are the totals actually still there. Okay, row, totals after. Okay, page line, there you go. So here you have the lines that will be filled up in the page for each line. On the report, it will get the night time string and put here, IFR time string there, and structure. And then you come to an area where you have the simulator information. So you come to this area here, and again you're gonna have a choose if the aircraft is simulator. Then you get the departure date string, which will be the one that they usually are used for the date. And here you take this and you insert there in the simulator the model, and then it says here select the model and registration together, and registration go into brackets. So this creates, let's see if I can find here, creates this. So you have like the models there, and in brackets is registration, because this is the number of the simulator that I was using, the registration for the simulator, and this is the type of the simulator I'm using. So in here you create model, brackets, registration, close brackets, and then the simulator time string, so that puts the value there. And this is again, it will come from here, it will be here, FSTD time string goes there. And then you close the when and goes back to the normal line where you put otherwise you put everything blank there, and here you have the information of the remarks, and that's the end of the file. So if you want to make a small modification, let's say you just wanted to fit a different page, you go here, you change the number of lines to 10, then you change the page width and height. You want to maybe you want to print it standing up instead of sideways, so you put 216 here, 279 there, and then you change the number of lines. You can edit the sizes of the columns. That would be very simple editing. But you can also edit the titles. You can translate this for different languages. You can add anything that is in here can be added. So you can put you could, for example, get the airport IATA and put there instead of ICAO, because you want to log with 3 letters instead of 4. You just have to make sure that you have all the airports you have in your logbook have the IATA information, because ICAO is a mandatory information when you create a new airport. But you can't pass through this without putting a four letters here, only 4. But you can leave this empty, so you could create an airport without an IATA. So that would make a problem if you are printing only the IATA code. You could print the country code next to it. You could make any kind of different reports you want using this information, or just modifying this file. So that's it. That's how you can modify, edit, and create new reports, and then you can use your new reports to generate your PDF files in here. Well, if you do, please send me a copy of the file, and I will go through it. I will cross-check everything is okay, and hopefully I will be able to add it to the next versions of the SimpleLog. Thank you very much for watching, and have a good day.